basement.
226.
Hi Preciuos Gems, welcome back to my channel. It's been a minute since I shot a video. I've been trying to travel back to school and then move into my new apartment and then so many excuses. But on the topic of school, today's video is going to be on 5 tips for an international student, for a new international student. These can be tips for international students like me who travel abroad to do their whole course or degree program, or exchange students who are only going to be in a certain place for a year or 6 months, or I don't know how long people stay. These are 5 just generic tips to enjoy your international experience, and they're tips I follow myself sometimes. Most of the time, some that I'm trying to follow myself, like some of these, I can't talk. Some of these tips I'm trying to follow seriously. This is gonna be a quick, short video on just 5 tips, and so 5 tips for an international student or a new international student. Tip number 1, take as many adventures as possible. I'm gonna speak for the university I'm at in America. There's lots of clubs that cater to taking adventures. We have an international club here where we do a lot of crazy, cool stuff with international students. So take those opportunities. Find a club, join some people. If you like rock climbing, I'm sure the campus you're gonna be on would have a club catered to that. Whatever passions you have, take those adventures, because you never know when next you're going to be in that country, and then you might not get a chance to do those things again. So do whatever you can do while you're there, okay? Tip number 2 is eat. Eat, even if it looks weird. Try it, so at least you can say, I tried it. I like to eat, full stop. I like to eat, but I don't like to eat. I have a love-hate relationship for food. But take as much time to eat, especially local cuisines, not stuff you would find in your own country, like burgers. I mean, okay, American burgers are different from burgers everywhere else in the world. But, take the time to eat food, try new things, go to new places. If you get food poisoning, it's okay, you'll survive. But eat. That's what I would tell you as a foreign student or an exchange student or an international student. Eat as much as you can possibly eat. Okay? Eat. Tip number 3. Tip number 3. Take as many out of the ordinary classes as possible. So this one might work for exchange students. I go to liberal arts school, so there's a lot of classes I would not have genuinely taken if I went to school back in Africa. Like, dancing wouldn't be offered as a class, or outdoor stuff, or philosophy, or, well, I mean, unless you're a philosophy major, but as a different major taking philosophy, I wouldn't have the opportunity to do that. So take as many of those weird classes, or out of the ordinary, I don't call them weird, but out of the ordinary classes as possible, because, I mean, it's an experience and a half. You might hate it, you might love it. But for the exchange student, I mean, sometimes it won't even count when you go back. So if you fail it, you're good. But it's just a different experience. Even if you're a full-time student, don't try to pick classes that are just for your major, because you don't get the whole you won't be able to get the whole package experience. So try and diversify your courses, especially when you're doing your core. try and diversify as much as possible, because I mean, it's just something we don't have. I don't know about everywhere else in the world, but I know certainly in African universities we don't have the option to diversify our classes. Once you go in for health sciences, you're in. Why does someone always text me when I'm shooting a video, but never after? Anyway, diversify your classes as much as possible. It's a good way to just open up your mind to see different perspectives. Take that tip from me. Tip number 4. Make as many friends as possible. Now, personally, even though for some people it's very hard to believe, I'm an introvert. Yeah, I'm an introvert. So it takes me a while to make friends, and when I make friends, I stick with those friends until the end, unless you piss me off and then I have to make new friends. But it's very hard to make friends, but I've noticed that with the friends I've made, that's my boyfriend. Okay. With the friends I've made, I've been able to do a lot of things that if I didn't make friends, I wouldn't be able to do, like crazy adventures, late night shenanigans. Like, it makes the whole experience worthwhile. And with the make the friends thing, I would make friends with other international students, especially if they're staying for the same time as you. Then you can plan adventures together. Also make friends with students who are local. I mean, most of the people who will be local to that area, but make friends with both internationals, because then you have, with internationals, if you make friends with someone who's like-minded like you have a buddy to do all these adventurous things with. And if you make friends with locals, then you have people to like advise you on where to go, or give you tips on what to eat or where to eat or whatever. I don't know anything about food. I just had breakfast. I have no idea what I'm thinking about food. But yeah, so make as many friends as possible. If you're like me and you're an introvert, I would advise you just push yourself, because it's worth it. I'm my third year in, and I mean, I wouldn't have even stayed here if I didn't have the friends that I have. Like, they make it worthwhile, trust me. It's not always about the books and the grades. Sometimes it's also about the friends. So make friends. And then my last tip, it's a tip that sometimes internationals forget to do, and that's share your culture. As much as it's you going into this new place to learn about this new place's culture, it's also about you taking your culture to them. Not many people are exposed to that much information about different cultures, so it's your chance to like break stigmas and stereotypes by sharing your culture, share your food, share traditions, myths. Just share your myths, your legends, your stories, your food. If nobody wants to learn from you, tough love for them. That's them missing out. But at the end of the day, like, as it's good to share. That's the reason why we travel to different places. It's not just to see those places. It's also to bring a little bit of us into those places. Teach someone a few words in your language. Make someone something, some food, host a dinner. A lot of people will be willing to try your stuff. So yeah, those are the 5 tips I have for a new international student. Take adventures, eat food, make friends, do out of the ordinary stuff, take out of the ordinary classes, and share your culture. I think those are the most important things that we can do as international students. So yeah, that's all I have for today. It was a little bit chit-chatty, but it's okay. It's okay. And then I'll catch you guys next week. Yeah, catch you guys next week with another video, hopefully. But yeah. From me to you, Precious Gems. See you next time.
Scholarship from Cambridge. I bring couple foreigns at the address. EA on your main thing.